In this section, I'm going to show you how to customize Windows to meet your own individual needs. So if you go to the Start menu and click on Control Panel, you can access the Appearance and Themes category. And when you click on that, you have a bunch of options over here. You have a Pick a Task or Pick a Control Panel icon. And down at the bottom is one called the Display. So if you click on Display, you should have a new window pop out that says Display Properties on the tab, on the title bar. In fact, this title bar should show actually Display Properties. I'm going to close the control panel in the background, and that should return us to our normal desktop screen. And just to show you a much quicker way to get there, I'm just going to close Display Properties and right click on my desktop and choose Properties, and this really is a shortcut to what we just did using the control panel, and we're back to the same Display Properties window. And the first one that I want to show you is something that we touched on earlier under the Settings tab, where we had Screen Resolution and Color Quality. And this is where you can change the overall color resolution and color depth of your Windows screen. Now, right now I am by 1024 by 768. So if I drag this to the left, you can see I can change that to 800 by 600. And as you can see in this little display that's given over here, the size of my screen has increased, and increasing my grammatical mistakes. Increasing this to a high resolution, for that matter, should decrease the size of the windows. And the color depth is really easy to choose. Really, if you click on the drop down menu, you can see that it's on currently at 32-bit. The other option is 16-bit, and as you can see by this taskbar, this bar over here, the color bar, if you click on 32-bit, it just gives me a lot more colors to play with and to choose from. Just one thing that I wanted to point out, if you're having some kind of trouble running your videos, you have a pink color or different colors appearing on the screen where normal colors should appear, don't be scared and click on the Advanced tab. That should open up a whole new window, and go on to the Troubleshoot tab and click on that. And the first thing that I want you to do is disable your hardware configuration. Turn that off, apply this, restart your computer, and see how it goes. And since the hardware acceleration can cause lots of problems with different video cards, this is the first thing that we look at. And if we were to turn it off, we just drag the mouse from full. Here we go. If you drag the mouse from full to none, it should give us different options. As you can see, there are multiple options to choose from. Disable all but basic accelerations, disable all direct draw and direct 3D accelerations, and so on and on. And this is like all accelerations are enabled. If your computer has no problem, as you can see, use this setting if your computer has no problems at all. So in order to underestimate our machine, we just take it all the way to no and see if our video still has an issue whilst running. Okay, once you're done with that, one thing that I do recommend to you, and I want you to choose, is go under the General tab and choose Restart the computer before applying the new display settings. You have multiple options to choose from. The option number one is restart the computer before applying the new display settings. The other option is apply the new display settings without restarting, and the third option is ask me before applying the new display settings. And I would recommend that you keep this on restart the computer before applying the new display settings. Just something that I thought I'd let you, that's just a little secret of mine, where I personally recommend that we restart the computer before applying the new display settings. Under the Adapter tab, it will give you information to you, the type of VGA card that you have running. In this instance, it's an Intel 8291 Express chipset family. The adapter information, really, if you know a lot about hardware, this should make sense to you. A lot of it does not make sense to me either, Under the Monitor tab, you have the monitor that you have got going. It's a plug-and-play monitor, really nothing flashy about it, and the refresh rate of your screen really some options that you want to experiment with later on. Nothing that has a major effect on the performance of your station. We talked a little bit about hardware acceleration under the troubleshoot tab, and this is really what we just went over with a couple of moments ago. And then you go on to color management. I really never used it. I really don't know what it goes for, to tell you the truth. So really nothing that you need to fuss about with. You just cancel this and return to the display properties, and you have, well, that's really how to change the screen resolution and the color quality of your screen. We've done this in an earlier lesson as well, but just to make sure that we cover each and everything and make you an absolute expert on Windows XP, and perhaps you can someday be making this video that I am making today.